Hey guys, this is Bryce with Boondell Media, bringing you a brand new video today. We're going to be listing off and ranking the 11 Halloween movies, ranked from worst to best. And without further ado, if you guys are ready, sit back, relax, and enjoy as we rank the Halloween franchise. Halloween Resurrection comes at the beginning of our list because it is the second film in the attempt to revive the franchise in the early 2000s, as this follows Halloween H2O, which will show up later in the list. And it is advertised this entire movie around Jamie Lee Curtis returning as the main character, but yet she's killed off like 5 minutes into the film by Michael Myers. Sorry for the without a spoiler warning, but she's killed off that quickly, and it just really shows and goes downhill from there on how bad of a movie this is, and that's why it also didn't take until 2007 that we got another Halloween film. After many years of not having a sequel to the Halloween franchise, in 2007 Rob Zombie brought back it and gave it a whole new different perspective and darker tone, even more so to the beloved franchise. And what they did there necessarily was just give an origin story of more depth to Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, but at the same time they also rebooted it and gave the same premise and idea that the original film held, thus giving a lot of people what they wish they had and what they missed from the original films. Halloween 4 marks the return of Michael Myers, as he was absent from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which the original idea of it, as I'll go in a little bit later, was to have that as an anthology series now after the second film. But now Michael Myers returns. Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode did not. She was killed off screen as she had a daughter as well, which her daughter takes the lead role in this film along with Dr. Loomis returning into this film as well. But the funny thing is, the uh, Laurie Strode's daughter is named Jamie, and I feel like that was a little bit more of a nod to Jamie Lee Curtis's uh, just dedication or the time she put towards the role of Laurie Strode. It was just a little just nod and thanks for her staying in the role. The one of the most recent entries in the Halloween franchise is coming in at number 8, and that is Halloween 2 from 2009. It is the film that killed the new franchise of the Halloween reboot. Now, we still do, when I say new, I don't necessarily mean the one that came out in 2018. I'm talking about the second attempt of the entire rebooted series, where it was just two self contained movies that followed along with each other. And there's not really much other to say other than that it was more than not much of anything but a flop. Halloween 5 Revenge of Michael Myers comes in at this spot, and it is going to be the bottom of the chain for the amount of money made by the franchise, and it was at a all-time low for it as well, as it started to subside and not make nowhere as much money as normally did. From $11 million is what it made off of a $5 million budget, and that is not good money at all. But the film does feature the return of the two cast members from number 4, which was Dr. Sam Loomis and Jamie, which both the actor and the actress reprised their roles in the film. So when I mentioned Joseph Gordon-Levitt earlier in this top 10 list, you would also think, okay, well, that's one of the only strange actors, or not strange by who they are, but strange by why are they in this. But Paul Rudd, the man who does not age, is in this film as the main star in Halloween 6. And it follows him being a little bit crazed and just going after, kind of doing some research on Michael, and pretty much it just follows like a short, simple premise from there, and that is pretty much the last film in the franchise to go off of this little trilogy, and it focuses more off of this cult thing as well, going off for Michael Myers, giving a more cult-like view, and gives some more backstory onto why he has so many powers that he does. Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2, comes in the next in this list because it also is one of the films known for the most iconic things to happen in the franchise, as it is the last film or was intended to be the last film with Michael Myers in it. Not only that, but it was also the film that showed that Laurie Strode and Michael Myers were related, and had Sam Loomis be killed at the end, or so we thought, as he did explode the was in the explosion of the room with Michael at the end of the film, and that is the end of the original second movie. And it has some of the most iconic parts in it, and that's why it comes at this top of the spot. And many people wonder, well, was this a year from apart? Because Michael only comes out once a year. No, this happened almost immediately after the original film ended. This spot might be a little controversial on how high up the list it is, or actually how low it is in the list. And that is Halloween 2018, which follows a old Jamie Lee Curtis with her granddaughter and her daughter as they are preparing, or Jamie Lee Curtis has always been preparing for Michael's return, as this only acknowledges the events of the first film and immediately says that everything else did not happen. But it shows Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, get ready for the inevitable return of Michael Myers, even though they are both, or Myers is really old at this point in time. And it also shows how her daughter and granddaughter also don't believe her and believe that she's a little crazy. But this is a really great, excellent return to the franchise and the roots that it created. So, this film is not only known for being the 7th film in the franchise, for having LL Cool J in it, the return of Jamie Lee Curtis, but also Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in this film, as many people did not actually know this beforehand, and that is one of the very surprising factors in this. This film follows Michael 20 years after Halloween 2 as the 3rd installment, The Season of the Witch, to the 6th installment, were just disregarded at the very end in this film, and pretty much just follows Michael finding a Jamie Lee Curtis's character who has faked her death after the events of Halloween 2, and she's now a boarding school teacher, and now she's having to be hunted down, and she has to survive once again from the attacks of Michael Myers. Taking the second spot on our list is Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, and this film is special because it is so great, and it doesn't even have Michael Myers in it. What it does is it tries to take the Halloween franchise into an anthology film series, forgetting Halloween's mainstay of Michael Myers and focusing on each film being a different antagonist, different characters as well. And it did a great job, however, just not a lot of people received it very well at the beginning, as it did grab a cult following and became a cult classic to the fans not much long later. But at this time, it was not very well received, which brought the return of Michael Myers in the sequel. Number 1, it is Halloween, the original film that came out in 1978. That was John Carpenter's dream, his vision, and all of you guys expected this to be there. Yeah, you're right, it was going to be there. But at the same time, it was such a great film, something different no one ever really have seen before at this time, and it lived up to its standards and created a future franchise on its hands, and also bolstered the career of Jamie Lee Curtis as her portrayal in Laurie Strode. If I haven't said those two, that character and that actress's name enough this list, then you just heard it one last time, hopefully. But yeah, that was Halloween, was because of this great film created in 1978 by John Carpenter. And that's going to do it for me today here, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and close it out there. If you guys liked what you saw, comment below, like this video, and give us a subscribe. Let us know in the comments, what was your favorite Halloween movie from the franchise? And as always, guys, I'm signing out right now. It's been Bryce from Boodong Media. Take it easy.